Well, it's about that time, and it's time for me to come up with another battle to the death battle-ish idea suggestion video. Keep in mind that I have no affiliation with Screw Attack, Death Battle, or any of them whatsoever. I'm just a simple fan who love their work. I wish one day I could end up doing the same stuff that they do, but you know, I have better things to do. No offense to criticize them, I can't make this career. So the only thing I can do right now is just enjoy their work and be happy that they have enough time to do such a thing. As such, only thing I can do right now is make these suggestions, because I believe it's best to have suggestions in the form of videos. That's the only way you can get one's attention, rather than leaving the comment section on their videos for them to ignore. So here's my suggestions. My first battle suggestion on this video is Motoko Kusanagi versus Jaime Sommers. Motoko Kusanagi is a cyborg from the Ghost in the Shell franchise. I chose her because the fact that she is a cyborg, and so is her opponent, which is the Bionic Woman, who also real name is Jamie. Interesting. Who real name is Jaime Sommers. I was right. I about to say Sanders, but no, it's Sommers. Jaime Sommers. And the difference between the two is that I don't really know for sure how the Kusanagi got hurt, became a cyborg, but I do know how Jaime Sommers became a cyborg. Now, when I was a little boy, I used to watch a few episodes of Bionic Woman as well as the $6 Million Man. Let's see, Jaime Sommers has suffered severe injuries from a skydiving accident gone wrong. And what happened was, at the time, she was going out with the $6 Million Man, who was played, aka Steve Austin. Not the wrestler, but the cybernetic man. He worked for the government, and the government rebuilt him. You know, everybody heard the phrase, really gonna make him stronger, faster, better, or anything along the lines of that phrase. I don't know. Everybody heard about it and know who the $6 Million Man is. The government who used $6 million worth of bionics to create the perfect soldier, or perfect yeah. And then they had him doing government trained assignments just to, I guess, hopefully pay them off or whatever, which is nothing wrong with that. Anyway, Bionic Woman is very similar. She nearly died. Her ex-fiance or boyfriend tried to repair her using bionic parts with the help of the government, obviously. And they did the same thing they did to him that they doing to her. Put her to work. Yes, the government, you know how they are. When they help you out, they gonna want their money back in spades. If not, you have to do some odd jobs to pay them back. This kind of practice still happens even today. It still happens. So it's nothing. It's no different from what it was in early in the 60s and the 70s to today. It's no different. Anyway, to make a long story short, both her and Kusanagi are bionic. In a way, they look more android, but allow me to explain the difference between cybernetic and androids. Okay, cyborgs are like what RoboCop is. Okay, people? Cyborg is what RoboCop is. He's a cyborg. He's all machine with a human brain. Because that's what cyborgs are. Cyborgs are, or like Victor Stone from Teen Titans. He's a cyborg. He's got a decent amount of human parts in him, but he is moving around and surviving with robot parts. That's RoboCop. That's cyborg. Androids like Lieutenant Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Androids are pretty much robots that look exactly like human beings. like I said, like Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation, or if you're a Fallout player, the Sims from Fallout 4. They're androids. Data's an android. That little white girl from the TV series Small Wonder's an android. I guess the female Terminator is from the TV series is an android too, played by Summer Glau. She's an android. So is the Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger plays. He's definitely an android. Those are androids. They are machines that resemble humans, while cyborgs are human beings that happen to be using machines to keep themselves alive or make them do enhanced abilities. Technically, Kusanagi and Miss Summers are cyborgs, and to me, a cyborg versus cyborg fight makes a lot more sense to have, especially since they both pretty much has their own unique abilities. They both grounded in a way, and it just makes much better sense to have another East versus West battle like they did with the Goku versus Superman. Matter of fact, if Screw Attack is smart, they should start to learn how to take notice about these. Goku versus Superman is the highest rated death battle that they have right now. It has the most votes in all of their death battles. Hell, some of them got the hell, that fight alone I think got more votes than, let's see, one season worth of their death battles combined. So it'll be no brainer to have these keep further doing these East versus West battles, because nowadays it's a strong line because a lot of people like Japanese traditional anime and cartoons. Others like the American made animes and cartoons. Animation and cartoons, I'm sorry. And to some surprise, some people don't know that most American dubbed cartoons are from Japanese. Or from Japan, I meant. So it'd be no brainer but to sit back and say, hey, let's capitalize on this again, this East versus West thing, because it seems to be a good seller. I mean, you got people out here on the internet exploiting you know, racist tension by pointing to other people of nationalities. Hey, is that racist? That look racist. And this is mostly the media or white people in the media that goes out here and say, hey, look what they doing to Asians. That's racist. I mean, matter of fact, that's a good damn idea. Good example. How, like, for instance, Scarlett Johansson, who is playing Major Kusanagi in the live action American version of Ghost in the Shell, Kusanagi is purely Japanese. Scarlett Johansson is born in America, and she's white. So, and the media like to point stuff like that out. It's what they do. They instigate, and instigation gets a lot of reviews, comments, criticisms, and everything. And I guess that's what makes and breaks some form of media, is to have a lot of feedback, whether it's positive or negative. And to me, these East versus West type of battles I keep mentioning in my videos will bring that kind of attention to Screw Attack. And if they don't sit back and pay attention to what they have done, there's really something wrong with them. Really something wrong with them. Because, I mean, this is an opportunity. They need to hop on this. I would love to pitch this to Bad in the Sun, but I don't think they're going to really try to remake the Bionic Woman. They can do it with the technology they have now. It's very easy. But they're not going to do it. They don't look at her as marketable. So, anyway, like I said, Bionic Woman versus, or like I said, Jamie Summers versus Major Kusanagi. Can't miss that battle. Can't fuck it up, really. Now, onward to my next battle suggestion. Pardon me, I was about to sneeze. Had to pause for a second. Anyway, Electra Nachitos. Can I pronounce the name right? I think I might have. I doubt that I did because I'm very bad with names. feel like an old ass man sometimes. I think it's Elektra Natchios. Yeah. Let's see. She is a assassin. I mean, obviously, her she likes to use a lot of ninja weapons, such as her favorite weapon, which is sais. She has multiple martial arts training in her background. Just like Batman, she's at the height of human perfection, of human potential. I guess that's what a lot of comic book characters nowadays. They train to the point that they are stronger than the average human. I guess martial arts must make a person really strong or superhuman. I don't know. Especially in movies these days. But anyway, has low level mind control. She's not like Jean Grey, but she got a little bit of mind control, enough to manipulate a man, just enough, or a woman for that case. And she's a little bit of a telepath, which they never really much mention about that, but it's the best way to explain. She's like a dime store, but way more popular version of Psylocke. So, come to think about it, she ain't had those powers at first though. But you know, it's Marvel. Let's see. Like I said, she's an assassin. At one time, she's always the off-again love interest of Daredevil. Obviously, she got killed Lord knows how many times and came back Lord knows how many times. I mean, the girl doesn't stay dead. She was played in the movies by Jennifer Garner. Can't even mention that with a straight face. And she's played by currently Elodie Yung. I guess how you pronounce it. That cute girl but not sexy enough chick from the G.I. Joe movie. What's the G.I. Joe second G.I. Joe movie, and the French movie called B-13. She was in those two, but again, and she was in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. She was one of the lesbian that she was a lesbian Asian girl that Elizabeth hooked up with that night in the club. But I don't know, she's cute, but she just don't got enough meat on her bones for me. Elektra has a nice body and rack. She does not. Now speaking of nice bodies, Taki. Taki is, how did I say this? She is a ninja too, assassin, but she's also a demon hunter. Since she got Ninpo, which is ninja magic. Some, I guess, Japanese people creating their characters, because I never heard that in real like Japanese movies and shows. But she got ninja magic, and she uses it to fight demons and other powerful ass creatures or whatever. She's pretty much a demon hunter, but in the form of a ninja, which kind of makes sense that she has magic, given the fact that she walks around, titties looking like big ass grapefruit stuck on her chest or something like that, and she's, I swear, I can't explain why. I don't even think look like she's not even really wearing a bodysuit. Look like somebody just took one of those paint guns and just paint all over her body while she got her arms up or something. Like she's in an episode of Skin Wars or something. Because it's wow, because it's not a ninja's outfit alive that's that damn tight on a person. Golly damn. Whew, in a good way. And just like Elektra has her unique size of her weapons, her blade size, Taki got the two unique blades, Rekimaru and Mikimaru. One has positive magical elements to it, the other one has negative magical elements to it. I don't know the details. The point is, she's a fucking demon hunter. And a ninja. And a sex symbol. Both of them are sex symbols. But they both will make a good death battle or fight to the death of any kind. Screw attack, take notice. Bad in the sun, take notice. Y'all can pull this off. Definitely screw attack. I know y'all could. Y'all a bunch of pervs anyway. If I remember, and I'm calling y'all that because that damn Ivy and B Orchid death battle y'all made. Y'all was perverting out hard. And as far as Bad in the Sun, come on, y'all guys, y'all the same guys that made Catwoman sexy in the flesh. They have never done that. They have never done that shit in none of the Batman movies that came out. And halfway, while she did look like an old school Catwoman, she was nowhere near sexy. I'm sorry, she just wasn't. And then before that, Michelle Pfeiffer. No. She might sound might sound very seductive, but she was not sexy. They have not made a live action sexy Catwoman once. The closest thing I've seen to a sexy Catwoman was in the Batman Arkham games, and that's it. And the only live action Catwoman I've seen that's sexy will have to be the one that Bad in the Sun had brought out. So again, if anybody can do a good Elektra, a good sexed up Elektra, or Taki from Soul Calibur for that matter, it will be Bad in the Sun. Especially since all the comic book and anime conventions they go to, I've seen women that dress up like Taki looking all sexy up and every day. So if they can pull it off, bunch of average people playing cosplays or whatever, I know Bad in the Sun can do it. Anyways, onward to my next battle. Next ninja battle on my list, Psylocke from the X-Men Marvel franchise versus Kasumi from the Dead or Alive franchise. Let's start off with Kasumi. She is technically the poster child for that game franchise. That game franchise is a pervert's fantasy. Not calling myself a pervert, but I am a man. And as a man, I have to look at her with oogly eyes and lusty thoughts. Because that's what I do. That's what I have to do. That's what I'm meant to do. I am born to do that sort of thing. To oogle women. Whether they are fictional or non-fictional. Because I can do that. And Kasumi is one of them. I first played the first Day Alive game in the early mid 90s in the arcades and whatnot. I was like, damn, look at the little Asian girl with the big titties. God damn. And as time's gone by and as years have gone by, we up to Day Alive 5, and they make her look even better, but still look like a human doll with big titties. And just like Taki, it's no way in hell that a ninja female, no matter how much ninja magic you want to come up with, bullshit you want to come up with, could do backflips and somersaults and jump off walls with D-cup breasts the size of fucking watermelons and not watermelons, but grapefruits and grapefruits and really large oranges. There's no way in hell. But she's still hot though, in a doll-like pedophile fantasy, but I don't know. The Japanese really need to stop that with that doll face shit, because that shit is not attractive, really. It confused them. Well, it's not attractive in the West, but in the East, not a problem. So then again, take that back. I don't want to judge nobody else's sexy fetishes. I've seen people worse with fetishes than this. Damn internet. Anyway, Kasumi starred the show, starred the franchise. Yes, she's more of a star than Ryu Hayabusa is. Ryu Hayabusa came back when he came back with the Ninja Gaiden series. That brought him back as a star in Dead or Alive. I think Dead or Alive 3 and 4 and 5. But Kasumi was still always the star as far as in general, female wise, or in general period. She was always the star of that game. And rightfully she should be, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. She has ninja magic just like her brother Hayate and her other family clan members before that. Let's see. She's an excellent martial artist. She's a great fighter. And just like King of Fighters, with the Kyo cloning bullshit, They even cloned her. They made 2 versions of clones to my knowledge. One is a exact clone of her, but a little more freakier, as far as like lustier. Because Kasumi has this innocent virginal virtue of her, while her clone's more of a little super slut based on the spandex and leather tight suit, Castilian Catwoman outfit she's wearing. And then you have a Angie clone of Kasumi. I forgot her name, Alpha something. That person in Deal Live 4 is really fucking hard to beat. It took me a miracle to beat that damn boss character. Well, let's see. Kasumi, like I said, got a brother named Hayate, who is the leader of that particular clan that she's in. I think it's a Mugen Tenjo clan. I forgot how to pronounce that clan name, but it's like the most powerful clan in the series. Ayane, she's her half sister. Same father, different mother. Type, but they're still siblings nonetheless. She is the youngest, I believe, but again, the most popular. Men drew over her all the time, especially Japanese men. She's a great fighter. She's eye candy. Now the next person I'm going to mention is Psylocke. Real name Elizabeth Bessie Broderick. She's a mutant. Has the a good amount of telepathy. No telekinesis though. She can't lift shit with her mind like Jean Grey can. She's like a weak Jean Grey. The only difference is that she made up with with fighting skills, ninjutsu, and she has this little psychic blade that is kind of like a blade of psychic energy that she made out her hands, in which she could stab somebody in the head and turn their brain into fucking mush. So I guess that's a good benefit. So let's see, she on and off a member of the X-Men. You know how the X-Men is, like one big ass soap opera. One moment a person joins, next moment person leaves. But she was an X-Men on and off. She got a brother also herself in the comic books. I think his name is Captain Britain. I could be wrong. Brian Braddock, I guess that's his real name. But anyway, let's see. She only had like a few lines in the few appearances in the cartoons, the 90s cartoon. I don't remember she appeared in Wolverine and X-Men. I don't think she did. But if she did, I totally forgot though. Then recently X-Men Apocalypse came out and she's played by Olivia Munn, who is, I can't say she's a good fit Psylocke, but I can't say she's a bad fit either. She half and half. That's all I can say with that. I mean, if anybody agree or disagree with me as far as Psylocke is concerned, played by Olivia Munn, just leave it comments below. But to me, it's iffy, you know, half and half. But to me, I choose Psylocke and Kasumi in this fight is because, again, just like with Elektra and Taki, they both sex symbols. They both pretty hot. They both eye candy. They both will actually bring more death battle people into this fray. They both strong, independent women, just like Elektra and Taki and Kusanagi and Jamie Summers. Every female I mentioned on this list, they pretty much strong-willed and strong and independent and all that stuff. If you want, you can mix it up a little bit. Instead of having a Psylocke and Kasumi fight, you can have Elektra and Kasumi fight, or Psylocke and Taki fight, but I hate to say this, or have Taki and Kasumi fight, or Elektra and Psylocke fight. But I don't know, why would you do that? Make it East versus West. It's much more better, much more profitable. You know? Anyway, onward to the next battle ninja suggestion. Next one will have to be another ninja female fight. Chester from DC Universe. Yes, we go use a ninja from DC Universe this time versus Yuffie from the Final Fantasy franchise. Now I choose these two because I was bored as fuck. Not gonna lie to you, really bored. I seen Chester on Young Justice. Let's see. So I decided to choose her because she's pretty dangerous and she's very how can I say this? Manipulative. I mean, she got Roy Harper wrapped around her little finger in some twisted ways. I mean, he still tried, be tough or whatever, but come on, she got him wrapped around her finger, especially with the child thing. She is Roy Harper's baby mama. She's a trained assassin, one of the best in DC. She wears a Chester cat mask to hide her identity. And like I said, she's a good manipulator. Now I have to admit though, she's not as attractive as, like body wise, as far as like Elektra, Taki, Psylocke, or Kasumi, but she is pretty. If you're not trying to make it some kind of contest about looks or whatever, but she is a really attractive woman. Something special about her. Roy decided mess around with her or whatever, gave her a kid, so it gotta be something special about her, not just physically but mentally too. And she is a great manipulator, as I mentioned before. One of the most dangerous assassins in DC, who happens to fall in love with one of the most mediocre characters in DC, but it's a show. Now, as far as Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII is concerned, be honest with y'all, I know very little about her. The only thing I know about her is what I saw in Final Fantasy Advent Children, and before that when I played a little bit in Final Fantasy VII. That's as much as I know about her. All I know is that she's a very young, dangerous ninja, and given the record of Final Fantasy VII, or any Final Fantasy franchise, she's a overhyped ninja chick. So, if anybody knows about her, please explain below in the comment section for me. I appreciate it if you do. That's why I chose these two. I mean, they the only ones that pop to my head at the moment. And this pretty much ends my ninja concept, my female ninja ideas. Now, onward to my last and final battle on this video. Now, this is my last and I think my best death battle idea came up, or battle to death idea came up with. So bear with me now, people. It's called Mindfuck You. Witchblade versus Witchblade. Ah, didn't see that one coming, did y'all? Okay. Let's see. Think of it as like two Highlanders fighting to the death to be the only one, but in the form of Witchblade wielders. Now, Top Cow production, comic book production, is the one who created the Witchblade concept, the Witchblade idea. They are the comic book company that most of the time competes with Marvel and DC. Pardon me, but sadly doesn't have the same luck when competing with them. At that time, it was a time where in like late, I would say around mid 90s. Yeah, no, it was like the close to the mid to late 90s, all the way till I would say around either right now currently, or I would say around 2010. At that time, from let's say 1999 to 2010, anime craze had gotten really high in America. Like the Westerners love animes and mangas. They was really into it. Dragon Ball, Naruto, Sailor Moon, all that stuff. It was really into the animes and mangas. They was really into the Japanese anime manga craze. And what happened was that to capitalize on that, companies like Marvel, DC, and Top Cow decided to ask a few Japanese companies to make a few their comic book characters in Japan. Give them their own life. That's why around mid. I think that's the reason why around 2010 the 2009 and 10 and stuff like that, we seen a lot of animes based on Marvel Comics properties like the X-Men, Wolverine solo anime, Iron Man anime, and Blade anime. It's because, and they also be way before that, Spider-Man was a bootleg Power Ranger. But that's a story for another time. The point I'm trying to make right now is that they needed money at the time. Marvel was about to bring a bankruptcy. DC wanted to cash in on the craze a little bit, but they didn't need no money at the time. So they just hoard out Batman for Japan. They had the Japanese anime company Madhouse did Batman Gotham Knight. I think that's a movie called. So they did like 5 variations of animation for it. And then there's Top Cow. Top Cow, they did it the most saddest one to me. They hoard out the Witchblade franchise to Japan. And what happened was Japan decided, instead of them making the main Witchblade person that we all know in America, Sarah Pezzini, as the star, they decided to go with a whole new Witchblade character. And decided to start from the whole storyline from scratch. Not just in character, but I think almost also in powers, abilities, and pretty much all around everything. The only thing that was connected to the only way the Japanese anime version of Witchblade was connected to the American version is in name only. So, and the main character in the Japanese version of Witchblade name is Masane Amada. So Masane and Sarah, I'm using those two to fight to the death because I choose them because Sarah was the original one. She started the whole shebang-a-bang. She started the whole Witchblade concept. She was the first. She was the original. So I'm starting with her first. She was the one that everybody knows, and that's that. So start with her. And I'm using Masane's version because this is the first female Witchblade that came to Japan from them deciding to go with their own original storyline. Now, to me, both of these women are extremely strong, but at the same time, they're very overly sexualized. The Witchblade, from what I researched, is gauntlet that has a little bit of sentiency into it. What I mean by sentiency is a male. I don't know how the hell a gauntlet is a male, but you know, I guess it would make sense. And for the gauntlet to utilize its full power, it has to be wielded by a female. It did bond with a few guys a little bit. In other words, the gauntlet's a little bit bisexual, if you want to be funny about it. But sooner or later, it breaks off to the male host and find another female host. And as such, the gauntlet gets any Witchblade wielder in the westernized version of Witchblade anyway. It gives them, let's see, it gives them blast power, divine powers, flight, healing, intellect, which I don't know why I would give it intellect, but I guess if you bond it with a gauntlet that has a history, a history of countless memories in it, you'll probably gain some intellect with it too. It has magic, necromancy, super sight, super strength, weapons master, swordsmanship. You know, because you know those times some places have swords and weapons or whatever, but the Witchblade is a really, really powerful weapon. Very divine, very strong, and made the wielder who has it very strong. So I guess it makes sense. Let's see. Like I say, I'm using the original Witchblade welder that is mainstream, like the mainstream Green Lantern is Hal Jordan. The mainstream Witchblade is Sarah Panzetti. So I'm using Pezzini. I'm sorry. So I'm using her, and she's going up against. Well, like I said, I already mentioned her name already. Masane Amara. Sometimes I like to repeat myself. I apologize if that bothers some people. Now back to them. Let's see. Now, while both women are very strong, especially with the Witchblade Gauntlet, how can I say this? Because the Gauntlet is male, I think the Gauntlet might have some kind of sexual fetish or something to it. Because for some odd, retarded reason, the Gauntlet likes to see them naked. Because all the Gauntlet does is cover their lady parts. It's like they practically butt naked to the bone, and it covers their lady parts. Cover their nipples, cover their vajayjay and everything, but pretty much naked. So it's like wearing a metal swimsuit. And both women, or all the Witchblade wielders, are overly sexualized for some weird reason. Especially Sarah and Masane. So, and you know how Japanese work with their typical Japanese fashion. They like to over exaggerate, making Masane's breasts is bigger than big. They jiggling everywhere. You know, she's supposed to be a martial artist. Well, she's not really a martial artist. She's just an average woman. So, but I guess if the Witchblade is controlling her, it will give her some unique history and martial art, mental prowess or whatever. I don't know. The point is that both of these two women fight. See who the better Witchblade wielder is. One's created strictly from Japan, one's created from America. It's Cell once and for all, which is the better Witchblade. Now, I already explained the Witchblade in the Western world, how it works. But I'm assuming that if I'm guessing, just assuming that the Witchblade will probably work the same way in Japan. But you know how Japanese animes and mangas work. They like to over expand their powers, the character, and their production values. Because to me, to be honest, all Japanese animes and mangas remind me of a overly hype Michael Bay flick. Matter of fact, I don't even think I think Michael Bay wishes he could come up with the same shit these Japanese anime and manga creators be doing when they come to their work. I mean, they be going crazy. I mean, they'll make beams big enough to blow up and to scrap up an entire countryside, or lasers that can move mountains or whatever. They be going crazy. Just like the comic books in America be doing most of the time. So, like I said, this would be a great battle. Plus, they both naked. Screw Attack could pull it off to mind fuck people, but I doubt they'll do something like this. And I know Bad and the Sun is not going to do it. It's too much, because they really don't. Because Bad and the Sun really don't. How can I say this? They don't really cater to Japanese anime characters most of the time. I don't know why, but it's their preference. Anyway, this would be a good battle in my opinion. If you want to make it, do it. If not, oh well. Now this ends my video. Subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments below. Vote. And thank you for watching.